This running back makes his way onto the field, and all eyes are fixed. They are glued on him.
Yeah, the old school, because nowadays it's usually quarterbacks and the other guys that get all the attention. But this guy's so good. He is the focal point. He's the guy everybody's looking to. He's the tone setter. He's the physical bell cow for this team. He will get the rock early and often.
And the Bobcats come to the line in the hurry-up. Off play action. Just a short pass to the tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. They want to get this defense on its heels.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Wilson. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Tackle is made after the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
The Bobcats are flying down the field. He wants to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Villa. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
They'll try to run for it. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on third down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. Third and short, they can run the football, be physical.
Pulls it in inside the 10. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Hilltoppers offense will go to work for the first time. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the move. Just ran him over. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Looking to move it through the air. Catch in the middle. It's Stewart. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Completion a little short of the sticks. It's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads it downfield. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some play.
Just destroying his way through the field. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
They'll leave it with him. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Makes the catch and knocked down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. The quick out. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on 3rd down. Instead, they're staring at 4th.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him, and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to the sticks. The defense had none of that. Nice job tackling. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. 1st down here for the offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Quick strike complete. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. From the gun. Give on the inside. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. And the Bobcats will hustle to the line. They'll try to power their way ahead. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. Here comes the hurry up. They'll run it from the gun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. After run, now throw. A strike downfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. The Bobcats have their offense in high gear.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The RPO, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Trying play action. Pressure coming. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. And that's a 1st down for the offense. He's got it on the right. They get him down after he makes the catch. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Here's the handoff. Not much running room. He's got one down to the 12. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and long, he has to throw for it. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas State. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
The Hilltoppers have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to throw it again. Finds his tight end. Still just steamrolling the defense. Oh, and the defense in chase. Finally getting down at the 35.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Got him downfield. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, WKU. Lining up to add another.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Colorado State came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that the Rams won, it's more how they won. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
They need something that goes forward this time on 2nd and long from the 14. He's looking to throw. Flips it out to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll slide and avoid the big hit.
I know he didn't pick up the first down, but man, he makes this 4th down way more manageable. It's tough when you got 4th in Africa. Did a great job of making this manageable and keeping the playbook open.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. Hands it off. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it, offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. And it's picked off. Trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They'll run it from the gun. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. And the Bobcats are in the hurry-up. They'll try the right side. Breaks the tackle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it, offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. 2nd down coming up. Right back to him on the ground. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Bobcats will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. To the ground. He's got it again. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Just a simple power play, power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure. The quarterback gets hit. Just not on the same page with his target.
And the Hilltoppers will line up to punt it away. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you early.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
They'll run play action. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
But for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
And the Bobcats will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. Slips through the line. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drive.
This offense better be licking their chops. You're not going to start with better field possession than this all game did.
You ain't lying. Forget about the last possession and what we did. You're already in scoring position. Take care of that football. Make sure you get some points.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Motion from the offense. He's looking to throw it. Still on his feet. But now he's swallowed up. Down for a loss on the trick play.
Quarterbacks and receivers have got to be on the same page with respect to hot routes and sight adjustments. And those always happen when DBs come blitzing and they come running free like that. You can't put that one on the offensive line. That's on the QB and his receiver not being on the same page.
He's back to throw on second down. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Hilltoppers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Bobcats in the hurry-up.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised. And initially, he's flushed out of the pocket. Nothing's open. And he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Bobcats are on the move. Off play action on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Villa. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. No huddle offense to the line. Handoff from the gun. At the 20, he's got space. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. They're getting this guy lathered up. Works his way down to the 10-yard line after a pickup of 3. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Handoff from the shotgun. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
And a play like that, that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Wants to fire on second down. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Hilltopper. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and you're like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
The Bobcats will line up to kick off and start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established.
Going to take a shot. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Western Kentucky. And that one will give them the lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Fresno State is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Bulldog Stadium, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Alabama. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the Bobcats want to move quickly. Looking to pass on second down. Wide open downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They'll throw it on first down. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. The incompletion brings up a second down. Out of the gun, the inside give. At the 35, he's open. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to the air one more time. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on third and long from the 45. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at them. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Going with the ground game left. Got room at the 35. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. He's up to 81 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Ripped off a chunk on the opening play of this drive. Now it's first down from the 48. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Quarterback checking off. He'll set up to throw. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a...
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time, the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Some misdirection with the counter. Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down at the 15.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Hold it, offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. On the option. Now the toss. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Makes the catch past the sticks. And the Hilltoppers are stopped, but not before getting the first down.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
The Hilltoppers will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. He's up to 90 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Leaves it with the back. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Topper.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. An 84-yard drive there, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
And you got to lock in on your keys. When they run this kind of offense and they do the replays, somebody has to account for the quarterback, and they forgot who that was, and he made them pay with a big play.
The Bobcats racing to the line in a hurry up.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go.
Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times.
Got a lot of running room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Phenomenal play call by the offensive coordinator. You're calling screen passes to take advantage of a good pass rush, and that's exactly what happened. The offensive linemen, they just let those defensive ends run up the field. Quarterback did a perfect job holding on to the ball to the last possible second, getting it out to his running back, and man, that running back had a convoy out ahead of him.
It's now 2nd and goal.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to power it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bobcats. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now, but it might be too...
He's looking, pressure's coming in, the pressure gets there, and down he goes, and they won't be able to cut into this lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. He's going to pass. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. On second down, he'll fire. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. He's looking downfield to throw. Oh, he wants it all. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Hilltoppers will bring the punt team onto the field. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive from the 42. Out of the gun to give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. And the Bobcats want to pick up the tempo. Power football with the run. Oh, the sweet feet. Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play.
Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, we have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
To the air on first down. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
And this is really the story of the game. This offense has no chance in the passing game because they cannot protect the quarterback. All game long, he's been under duress. You got to get...
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
That's the end of the quarter. Western Kentucky is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Texas State. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
He'll be stopped short. Still a 1-point game here in the 4th. They'd hoped to push this edge out to a field goal, but they were denied. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
And, David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. Wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Going to try to get it himself. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable. Quarterback
wants to throw on second down. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. They just weren't able to come down with that one.
This is a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they can't make the play on third down. The Hilltoppers will punt this one away. Looking for a block. It's Shaw. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. From the gun to give, looking for room. Still running at the 40. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Bobcats headed quickly to the line.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. From the gun, running back gets to give. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Good timing on the quick out. Touchdown, Bobcats! What a catch and run for 6. That's his third touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the...
Extra point.
Just carving this defense up.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Fresno State is getting whooped today, and at some point, this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly, the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 18 to Alabama. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
And the Hilltoppers get enough for the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
Gets it out quickly. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. At the 35, he's loose. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Pick your poison, right? When he gets outside the pocket, man, what do? Do I play the pass and stay back deep? Or do I come up and try to make a tackle? I'm not going to give up a big play and give up an easy pass, so it's just easy pickings for this quarterback because of his athleticism.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Headed to the end zone. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, WKU. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. The give out of the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Bobcats moving quickly to the line.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over 100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Shotgun snap on third down. Unloads it left. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. On a critical third down here in the fourth quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Got the quick pass. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away to find some room. On the move at the 30. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Bobcats look to keep this drive humming.
I tell you what, I love having a quarterback that trusts himself, that knows in a big situation in the fourth quarter he can take off and still take care of the football, get a big first down, continue to put this offense in a good position to succeed.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
He wants to pass it on second down. Dances away. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed. He's got power. He's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. It's complete to the left. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is true as he puts 3 on the board.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to...
Looking for a deep man. He's got it down the left side. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Hilltopper. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Man, how about this quarterback right away seeing, I got to get rid of the football. There's a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. He spits it out, and I let my receiver do the rest. Let my playmaker make me look really good. Really nice pitch and catch. And guess what? You got the lead now in the 4th quarter.
He gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and the cushion is now 3. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
We'll repeat the previous... The offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Another sack on the day. This offense has to do something different. Maybe bring in more bodies, run max protection, keep more guys in to block, only send a couple guys out to run pass patterns. You got to do something different. But bottom line, you got to protect that QB.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's got the back in the middle. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Bobcats will punt it away on 4th down. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but the expressway is wide open. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. As the offense gets ready to run out the clock, take the play clock all the way down to a fraction of a second. Do not give the defense a single millisecond. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. He'll pull it down and run. And the flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. You can't do that. An illegal forward pass will cost the offense 5 yards. I mean, not only were those two guys not on the same page, I don't think they were in the same playbook. They barely looked like they were on the same team. Now it's 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. You got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
He's got it. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. With the catch, it's Villa. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They keep attacking through the air. Got his man out of the backfield. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He caught it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. He is dealing on this drive, completed all 5 throws, and now they have first and goal.
Yeah, and who needs balance when you got a guy like this? You trust him, getting the ball back in the pocket. The ball's coming out, spreading it around the field. Nice decision-making. This drive has been surgical for this QB.
And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Touchdown, Texas State. And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
They'll need to be very sound here. Limit this return and put this game in the hands of their defense to salt it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Comes out throwing on first down. He's going up top here late in the game. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. They're working that left side. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I just love the awareness there, understanding where he is. He didn't get the first down, but he gets out of bounds. He knows he has a timeout in his back pocket. So he's still putting his offense in position here to drive the field, score, and win this game.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Bully ball on 3rd and short. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Trying to find his man on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. The Hilltoppers want to crank the tempo. Oh, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The snap sets up to throw. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Western Kentucky. And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away. They've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Hold offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense getting set for first down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's taking the deep shot. He's got it down the left. And they fight them to the bitter end, all the way down to putting some more numbers in the stat column, but they'll come up a little short as time expires. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
Yeah, it's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew